biggest mayors in the country getting together to hold talks on how to prepare and deal with possible tariffs. That includes some border mayors. I can see Drew Dilkins is there. He is the mayor of a border city, of course. Mark Sutcliffe is the mayor of Ottawa. And we're looking at some of the other mayors as well. Let's listen into some of this as the press conference gets underway in the capital today.
Rebecca, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Felix. Hello, everyone. Bonjour. Je suis heureuse de vous accueillir pour cette conférence de presse de caucus des maires et mairesses des grandes villes. Today, we can all agree this week's gathering of the Big City Mayors Caucus is coming at an unprecedented time for municipalities. Canadian communities are still living with the threat of a trade war hanging over us, despite the recent delay of tariffs being introduced. U.S. tariffs directly threaten the prosperity and economic health of our communities, who with a myriad of excellent products and high-quality exports have forged great links with our neighbor to the south over many decades. These threaten the stability of our local economies and thus our national economy. Now I'd like to speak to the municipal commitment to Team Canada. Municipalities working closely with federal and provincial governments and building up these relationships with U.S. communities is the key to weathering this storm. With commitment and hard work, we can come out even stronger and more successful than before on both sides of the border. Nevertheless, as frontline leaders, we know communities have the most to lose in the current scenario. And that's why municipalities will be involved through FCM in any discussions regarding tariffs, retaliatory measures, or direct support from federal and provincial governments to businesses and communities. Additionally, retaliatory measures that could affect municipal procurement and strain municipal budgets must be discussed with FCM to ensure they are addressed appropriately. FCM is ready to support these efforts and extends our hand to collaborate with the federal government so that businesses, families, Canadians get the support they need. This is the infrastructure that will support local businesses and populations, help create jobs, and build the cities that residents and entrepreneurs need. This investment in roads, water, and more will boost local companies, improve transport times, and attract enterprise while lowering our exposure to climate change. At a time when we need to come together, strengthening the connective tissue in between our communities simply makes sense. So right now, I will hand it off to Mayor of London and our Big City Mayors Caucus Chair, Josh Morgan. Thank you.
Yes, thank Rebecca, and thanks to everyone for being here. Good afternoon. I think it's afternoon now. Yes, we've had a busy morning. It could be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Who knows? It's just an honor to be here today to discuss one of the most pressing challenges facing Canadian cities: how to strengthen our economies in the face of shifting global trade policies, including potential tariffs imposed by the U.S. administration. You know, municipalities aren't just service providers; we're economic drivers. The way we spend, invest, and procure goods and services has a direct impact on jobs, local industries, and the long-term resilience of our communities. In London and across Canada, we must seize the moment to rethink our procurement strategies, ensuring that they serve the best interests of residents, businesses, and workers. First, we must prioritize local sourcing of Canadian-made products wherever possible. With billions spent annually on infrastructure, equipment, and services, cities can create demand for Canadian steel, concrete, and technology, boosting and bolstering our domestic industries while reducing our dependence on tariffed imports. Second, we must strengthen regional collaboration. By working with neighboring municipalities and provinces, we can pool our purchasing power, negotiate better deals, and build supply chains that are less vulnerable to foreign policy shifts. Shared procurement agreements can help cities access quality materials at stable prices while keeping investments within our own borders. Third, we need to remove barriers for small and medium-sized businesses so that they can adequately compete for contracts, including municipal contracts. These businesses are the backbone of our economy and yet often face complex bidding processes that favor large multinational firms. Simplifying procurement rules, reducing red tape, and creating innovation-friendly policies will ensure Canadian businesses thrive in bidding on municipal projects. And finally, we must embrace value-driven procurement, one that considers long-term economic benefits rather than just the upfront costs, investing in sustainable, locally sourced, and high-quality materials that ensure our products stand the test of time while also supporting the domestic industries and job creation. I want to talk a little bit about my city of London. And like many Canadian cities, we want to try to lead by example. At Municipal Council next week, I will bring forward a motion like many mayors are thinking about bringing forward to look at our procurement policies, to bring together local business leaders, our economic development corporations, those in the manufacturing industry. I'll have a meeting on Friday with key members of my community in those spaces, and we will talk about the potential impacts of tariffs and how they will impact businesses and job creation. Each of us are taking leadership in our individual communities, and each of us are looking at what we can do to be part of the Team Canada approach that Rebecca mentioned. And now, as Big City Mayor Caucus Chair, Rebecca and I will also have the opportunity to engage and have been engaging with our provincial and federal partners on this already. I know I've been in contact regularly with Premier Ford, who chairs the Council of the Federation, and in the delegations that are going on in Washington next week on the 11th and 12th. Rebecca and I, as well as some FCM staff, will be there.
All right, so we're listening to Josh Morgan. He is the mayor of London, Ontario. There are a number of mayors, Quebec City and elsewhere, Windsor, as well as representatives from Vancouver that are at this get-together going on in Ottawa as different mayors are preparing for the possibility, anyway, of a trade war with the United States. It has been avoided for now, but that doesn't mean it's gone altogether.